Get the field blast off, watch a mom fall. This is AFC North talk. Got me hype, it's about to be a touchdown. Got the Ravens, Steelers, Bengals, and the Browns. Are you listening? It's time to get it hype. Tune in when the season poppin'. Yeah, we going live. Hey, knock 'em out. Ay, first down, going hard. Yes, indeed. AFC North talk. Let's go. Hey, AFC North talk.
Welcome to another edition of AFC North Talk. Here we are. Long weekend, I think it is for some people. Government still shut down, so football's here. For some people, happier football teams than others. So you know what I'm excited about next week?
Oh shit, Sonny, you do work for the government, don't you?
I do.
Okay, I was wondering, like, why he bring up the shutdown? I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah, but I work for the government part that I had to go and not get paid until they decide to.
Oh, good, man.
Oh,
man.
you furloughed?
Sorry for those that.
No, there's people that furlough means that you don't have to show up. I have to show up, but there you don't pay.
Essential.
Yeah, you don't get paid.
God.
Yeah, and then you might get paid back.
You pay back, at some point, but until then.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah, until then, you don't get paid until.
Do you get paid?
this out.
Will it come in like one lump sum, or will it be?
That's a good question.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That is a very good question.
Yeah, sorry for anybody going through that can't collect right now.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited for next week, though. Next week is my week. Because the Ravens are on a bye, I don't have to talk about them for a week.
Oh, yeah, that is a positive.
So, that being said,
I got in the Halloween spirit, by the way. Art the Clown is now right behind my shoulder.
I see.
So, yeah, I have like a little corner full of like masks and stuff. So we'll each
you have Easter eggs.
Yeah, like I'll interchange them up until Halloween and get
like
a new one behind me each time. But
I like
that,
it.
yeah, just getting in the spirit here.
I like it. Okay, I can dig it. So Ravens, Rams. Lamar's not playing. Roquan's not playing, and our savior Patrick Ricard's not playing. I'm
Both your favors, right? Because Roquan was the reason the defense got better.
Yeah, but people remember last week. Remember last week people were saying that because Ricard wasn't playing. That's why I'm saying like that.
Ravens fans are hilarious.
Ricard needs to start practicing, so that's good. I don't think
Ravens fans will tell you simultaneously that like these are the best players in the league, but then they be like, "Well, Lamar couldn't go because Daniel Falele is just so ass." And I'm like, "Did you just tell me he's the best quarterback in the fucking universe?"
And that is true. But Falele is also so ass. I need him out of my life. If anybody of you guys want it, I will take. The bag of balls without the balls.
It doesn't matter how good a team is. Every team has at least that one guy that every fan base wants to like parade around the
Jared,
the most popular street in their town. It's great.
What I don't understand is I understand the fan base. I mean, I've been talking about Falele since day one.
Mm-hmm.
What I don't understand is why the coaches defend this mofo so much. Like, I don't get that. Like I understand they say, well, we don't have any other option. Okay.
No coach is gonna publicly bury a guy.
Yeah, but they actively defend him, even without bringing Daniel Falele. He had a great. What game are you watching?
It might be one of those things where it's like he struggles with confidence, and it's like, yeah, he looks like shit, but we need his confidence up. So maybe we can gaslight him into being good. Like,
you know who I'm excited about?
What?
You guys, Emory Jones. You guys know who he is?
Emory Jones, yeah.
I thought he was okay coming out of the draft.
Mm-hmm.
But he's supposed to be back after the bye week. Put him there. Put him for Falele. I'm hoping. I doubt that they do it, but I'm hoping. I can only hope.
They're going to have to do something about him, though. Like, they'll probably do something around the bye week about him. The question is, will he stay off the field? Because the last time he got taken off the field, Sonny, didn't he come back because of injury?
Yeah. He was not supposed to be the starter, and who was it? Voorhees. Voorhees got injured week 1, and then John Harbaugh said, well, they played together well. We don't want to change that line, and then he kept the whole line for the whole year. So,
well, here's to a 1-5 Ravens start. Here's to a potential 4-1 Steelers start. Here's to we'll fucking see with Joe Flacco, I guess, man. Can't be worse than what Jake Browning was doing.
I have to say, Jared, I need at some point. If you go 4-1, I need you to bet something.
What?
Steelers don't make the division win.
Jared, what if Joe Flacco does what Jake Browning was doing with interceptions, but throws for 200 yards instead of like 240?
That's what he was doing with the Browns.
I'll say this: if he does some of the stuff that he was doing in 2023, where like he puts up like 310, but like has the couple interceptions, I think the Bengals can live with that. I think. Yeah, but like all of Browning's yards came when the game was like they're down by 20.
Couldn't even run the offense, dog. He was not getting the reads. He was not like, I get what you're saying. He could still throw interceptions, but like the offense literally could not function with him.
My best comp would be like
say though, like Joe Flacco kind of got benched because that was what was going on with him in Cleveland.
I think if it looks like what it did, you remember the Browns-Jets Thursday night game in 2023 where Flacco had, I think, 2 or 3 picks, but like the defense just picked off. Who was it? Trevor Siemian that was the Jets quarterback that game? It was
a mix of guys.
Yeah. Like if it's something like that where like the defense for Cincinnati like shows up kind of like they did in the first half against Detroit. It was only a 14-point game for the majority of that. The defense played well. If the defense shows up and plays well against Green Bay, and Flacco has a couple throws where it's like, you can't do that. But the defense is playing well. It turns into a 3-and-out. They can live with that. Can't be a weekly thing, but yeah, I think that we'll see.
He's coming off of being the quarterback of the Browns, who have the defense that the Browns have.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. You're right.
And he was very unsuccessful.
Okay, so let's turn it down here for the Ravens, and then we'll move to the Bengals.
You're right. I'm sorry. I got off track.
That's okay. The Ravens game, I think the analysis is easy. Also supposed to be bad weather, which favors the Ravens in my opinion, because in a bad weather game, anything can happen. I do have Puka Nacua.
They're gonna throw that bitch 12 times, like 200 times.
Yeah. They should just have Derrick Henry play quarterback. Connor Orr said that earlier this week, and I actually will.
I think they should start Snoop Hundley.
Just because everybody's saying that, John Harbaugh is gonna be like, "What? I believe in Cooper Rush, and we're gonna throw him 45 times."
Head coaches always have to be the smartest fucking guys in the room.
So
they cannot be.
I did like that he said
offense, baby.
Did like that he basically look for the first time. You guys know how I had dealt with Harbaugh lately, but
yeah,
he said 2 things. He said about the defensive coordinator, no changes yet. Was the word that he used for the first time? He's been like, no, very big confidence. So that's him. You get Cook. You get Cook. Next week is the bye week. Might be sayonara.
No changes yet might mean that they already have made the moves. It's just we're waiting to the bye week.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree here, Q. Unless they come, which I don't expect it, and they have a defensive masterpiece against the Browns, right? And then the other thing he said about Cooper Rush, they asked him like, oh, is he gonna be a starter and play the whole game? And he was like, well, has to see how the game is going, right? So he didn't commit also completely to Cooper Rush. Look, I think this game is, can you not get embarrassed? That is my line. It's not if you're gonna win. I'm not here pretending that we're gonna win. Can you not get embarrassed? That's all I want. Because it's a good team, the Rams. Can you play decent? Can Henry have some sort of a running game? This is where Snoop will be better, because Snoop runs a little bit more, and you can run some read options with him to open up a little bit. Some of the defensive players are coming back. I will say that they should not play because they had all like soft tissues, hammy and groin. And if it's really going to be nasty raining, getting hurt again right now, might as well keep him bench because of an extra week with the bye week and get healthy. But yeah.
Is this a must-win game though? Because like what? You don't think so?
No, it's an NFC game. If you would have told me if you had to win one of the...
How many of your losses are AFC losses?
We have
Buffalo,
the
KC,
Texans. 3. We had 3.
Ooh.
Now, what it is true,
no division losses though.
Yeah, what is true is after the bye, you may have one more loss if you want to make the playoffs, which is hard.
So right? Like, do you want to just try to like throw as much as you can at this one to see if you can get it since it's at home? What do you come off the bye at? Who are you playing after the bye?
Bears.
Chicago.
In Chicago or?
In Chicago. In Chicago, I believe it's in Chicago. Hold on.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's Roquan's return game, right?
Yeah, I mean, look, I understand it's not a conference loss, but at the same time, either way, it's a 1-5 start, and that's not great.
Yeah,
and
it's like
they
you're
still have to
running the
play.
risk of
Still have to
sitting on there
play.
for 2 weeks, right?
Still have to play Green Bay. Still got to play Detroit. Those aren't going to be.
No. We played Detroit already.
I'm sorry. Yeah, my apologies. Still got to play Green Bay though. That's not a gimme. They still have 2 games against
Steelers,
Pittsburgh,
Vikings,
Minnesota. Like there's games in there that certainly you can't jot down as wins, even with a fully healthy team. So I don't know, man. I'm not ruling them out. I'm certainly not going to say like if they lose this game, they're out of the playoffs, because I don't think that's the case. I do think that there's a way they can be one of the wild card teams. And look, if the Steelers have another late season collapse, then Week 18 could be for the division. But it's going to be very hard, and they got to be next to spotless to put themselves in that position.
Yeah, the thing is, the AFC right now is not looking amazing. Not only our division, in general.
Are we gonna send
So,
one team?
I'm gonna pull up the just the AFC standings right now, just so I have them in front of me. We can
because I think that's the reason there's a chance.
Colts are tied for first. Yeah.
No, so that's the reason that both the Bengals and the Ravens have a chance right now without their starting quarterback. Obviously, the Bengals have one extra win that the Ravens don't. But if it was a normal year in the AFC North, like last year, it would have been basically almost GG at this point.
After all top
think that
7.
The Ravens have a better chance than y'all. You think the Ravens got a better chance than y'all, Quincy?
To get to the playoffs?
Yeah.
Yes. Lamar Jackson.
With Cooper Rush.
Lamar's supposed to come back after the bye.
With if they get 3 weeks of Lamar Jackson, they got a better chance than us, dog.
So look, after all 7 playoff teams currently in the AFC, everybody else has a losing record. So it's very wide open.
Oh man, we looking like the East when LeBron was in it, right?
I mean, Ace, right now the Bengals are number 8. They're the first team out.
Yeah,
the 8th. Yep.
And
that's
then
right there.
Houston, Kansas City are both 2 and 3 behind it, so that's 9-10. Everybody else has 1 or fewer wins. The Raiders are 1 and 4.
But if we lose, the run that the Ravens have to go, it's not something that they haven't done in the past, but the pressure is different, right? Because you've been in the other side that you have a winning record, you get Lucia 1 or 2, it's fine. On this side, you basically have every week is a playoff game. That takes a toll on your team, right? That's a lot of pressure. I mean, the Bengals have done this in a couple of years, right? That you start slow, and then every game is a pressure, like a playoff.
You want the Ravens necessarily playing every week like it's a playoff game?
But see,
regular season.
This is the thing that that the Bengals showed you last year. When your defense is ass and you can score, you're gonna end up losing some of them games you shouldn't.
I agree. True. I agree. The question is,
back. That's gonna fix it.
No, but the question here is, and for everybody, is that week. So is this week 6, 7, 8? Week 8 against Chicago. How's that defense gonna look right after the bye?
It's
not gonna look great. I'm not here saying that they're gonna look like top of the league, but does it look better, right?
It has to look better.
Build right? If they come here and look ass, and week 8 doesn't matter if Lamar's back in offense, you're gonna make it because what you say, Ace, we might beat Chicago, but eventually you're gonna lose a tight game because the offense can only do so much.
Because that's what we learned. Like if Joe Burrow threw an interception or had an inopportune turnover. Yeah, it was over, bro.
Exactly.
It was over. The other team's gonna score. You're gonna fall behind, and then
Which for me, even though they traded away Rafael, and again, you guys know what I feel like. If in the next, this week is here, but during the bye they don't trade for somebody to come here and help this pass rush, you cannot in good faith say, well, okay, my pass rush is gonna be Van Noy, Tavius Robinson, Mike Green, right, and Ojabo. Those guys are not gonna do it. Mike Green,
you guys have like 5 sacks, right?
6 total.
6 total. Like Nick Batonio has more sacks.
I was gonna say Nick Bonino has been. He's got like 7.
7.
He's got 7.
Yep. So this is my point. Because people would like to talk about the secondary getting cooked. Okay, they have been, in my opinion, okay, but each quarterback, and there's no better display of this than the game against the Texans, where the Texans know, like that team, everybody gets pressure on CJ. He had all day. Yeah. So saying that is what needs to be fixed, in my opinion, more than anything. If not, you need to come up and be a blitz happy team, man up, and say, okay, this is the only way we can get pressure. We shall see. For this game specifically, I'm hoping it rains a lot, so it can be ugly, and maybe that way we can pull it. I don't expect us to win, but maybe that way we can pull this victory. If the weather's somehow decent, we're gonna get cooked. The question is by how much. I'm hoping we keep it honorable.
You don't get pressure on Matt Stafford. That's gonna be a problem,
Yeah.
man.
Puka Nakua,
I mean,
he's a great route runner. He's gonna cook you.
Like, you don't get pressure. He's gonna work all the way back to his Tutu still there. He's gonna work all the way back to Tutu Atwell or some shit like that. Like,
No, they had Devontae.
Yeah.
We have been the
Devontae
get right
Adams,
game.
You don't
Everybody.
bring Cooper Cup back. Hey man, come get some.
So my expectation is, can they keep it a clean game, no turnovers, so we can be somewhat representable in this game? I would like to see what they do safety does. I don't know exactly what is the point. Is it that they're gonna bring Malachi Stark a little bit slower instead of throwing him out every single snap? Is it that they're gonna have Malachi, the new guy, a little bit more on the like a 2 deep, and have Kyle playing a little bit more in so he can blitz sometimes, so he can take the tight end? I have no idea how they're gonna put this, because in the past when they had 3 safety was because we really didn't have a nickel corner. Marlon looks like he's gonna be back. Cheeto's out. But Jair played last week, so he will play this week, and Nate will play. I don't know. And then on the other side, I mean, can they? The thing that makes me the most upset is the run defense. Can you? Because they have the Williams, right? He's a good running back. Can you allow this guy to be sub 100? This is sad to me, because I was always been more like, give me like a 50, 60 yard, not allow more than 50, 60. No, now can you allow him less than 100 yards? Because everybody's been running all over Baltimore, which is crazy. But they have been. The last 2 games, look at the Texans ran all over us, and Detroit ran all over, especially in the second half.
Game was Duke coming into that game, right? Like one of the worst games in the NFL.
That's my point. It's not good. So analysis is, can we show a lifeline? I don't have too much. I mean, I don't what Cooper Kupp can do, especially on an ugly day. I don't know. Can Henry be a factor? He needs to be. He should be. It's defeated. I feel defeated, which is not great. But I had the Rams winning. I'm gonna say by 10. That's my hope, at least, that they don't beat us for more than 10 points. Anybody else want to add something?
I think you got it.
I think for this one, man, the writing is on the wall. When you saw Lamar Jackson be declared inactive for this game, I mean, this is a really good Rams team. I think, some people have them as a dark horse contender this season. That offense, I just don't understand. I don't see a way that the Ravens are going to be able to slow them down. You're talking about Puka, you're talking about Tay. That offense has been good. They had a letdown, an upset the last game, so they're going to be coming out angry because
on Thursday, so they're coming from rested too.
Yeah, a lot of people expected them to trounce the 49ers in that game. 49ers ended up pulling the rug from up under them. So they're going to come out, needing to take care of business in this game. So I think that they'll put the Ravens away in this game. I think it's without Lamar, I don't think that they have a chance.
We haven't even talked about how bad the offense is. We've just been focusing on their defense, right?
I don't know why they didn't declare Snoop the starter or go out and get somebody else, man, because Cooper Rush, I understand he's the backup and whatnot, but look at what Snoop can do in that offense, because Sonny talks about it on the recap show. Usually they have a guy that can run the offense similar, it's just Lamar light. Putting Cooper Rush out there, man, we've seen what Cooper Rush can do, and that was it. I just can't understand why he's still the starter when he gets
Rush out there running pistol. This shit is not good.
It's not good.
And they're also the quarterback's bad. Live and die by Derrick Henry. That's why he's there. And the fact that he is getting in the first half, I think he had 30 yards rushing. That shouldn't be the case, man. You gotta feed him. That's the way you're gonna win the game. You're not gonna win the game by Cooper Rush throwing the ball a ton. Just don't get it, man. We'll see.
It becomes like because here's the problem with Derrick Henry. If you could get behind the line of scrimmage enough and get him before he gets downhill, he's not one of those running backs who are going to get you like 4 yards to carry on a bad day. He's going to get you 2 yards to carry on a bad day, which means that if you run him like 3 times trying to get him going, you're going to be at fucking 3rd and 6 or 3rd and 4. You have to throw. You're probably not going to convert it, and you're putting your shitty defense out there with no rest. And it's like the inability to be useful in the run game without having Lamar is killing them to the point where I'm like, I wonder if they have to just rethink how they use Derek and maybe use Keaton Mitchell a little bit more. Somebody who doesn't really need as much to get going downhill, just so they can get some short yardage situations, stay ahead of the sticks. Because that's been a problem with Derek, is that he's getting caught behind the line a lot. I mean, these stat lines are atrocious from him. So yeah, they got to rethink everything that they're doing right now. If I'm being honest with you, especially on offense. Because one, it wasn't even that effective when Lamar was in there, and two, you might have to worry about Derek aging out a little bit. He's a running back. He's older. He had a miracle season last year, but now we're starting to see some of the stuff that, I look like an idiot for saying what happened last year happened this year, where it's like, hey, he does look a little older. He is a little bit easier to take now, Second game under 30 yards this season, so he's coming off of, and he's 4 fumbles?
Yeah, something like that.
3 or 4, these are very not Derrick Henry numbers that we're talking about for the most part, outside that he had like 165 against Buffalo.
Yeah.
That ain't really look like Derrick that much.
Yeah, they need more misdirection in this game too for the running game.
The one saving grace, the one thing for the offense is that the Rams secondary isn't all that great. So if they can work in some sort of quick game with the passing game and just get a 1, 2, 3 hit Zay.
Zay is questionable too, by the way.
Oh, is he? Okay, never mind. Well, in that case,
get the fuck away, man.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3 hit Tylan Wallace, hit Tez Walker.
No, Tez Walker's out.
Oh, good. Yeah, good. Never mind.
Who the fuck is playing wide receiver?
I don't even know.
The friends we made along the way are playing wide receiver for the Ravens right now.
Bateman's one.
Bateman, the guy that Wallace,
Tylan Wallace.
Yeah,
good
he's
Lord, man.
Well, we'll see if
D-Hop
plays or not. Yeah, D-Hop.
Yeah, they got D-Hop. I don't know what you gonna do with D-Hop with Cooper Rush in there. Like you gonna run around, get him some 50-50 balls? Like that's not going to happen.
I mean, at that point, like if D-Hop's the 1/2, I mean, I'm just gonna shade on D-Hop, kind of like have like a double team on him and say, all right, Rashad, beat me. And
well, no, because what we're probably gonna do is fold the box. Their Henry ain't gonna beat me.
I mean that too, sure.
And then 1-on-1 for the rest, and see if Cooper Rush can be accurate. That's what you do.
You don't even got double team him anymore. You just got to make sure. Like the thing that killed D-Hop when the Browns are playing him is that the Browns let Lamar scramble around back there for like 3 extra seconds, and he broke open. But like,
ain't gonna happen with the Rams front four, man. Like that's a dangerous unit.
Yeah, he's not been getting.
Well, not with Cooper. Not with Cooper.
Off the off the snap or anything like that. Like he's not getting that much separation. So it's like. I don't know.
I don't even know if you would have to double team D-Hop at this age. I think the only threat in the Ravens receiver room is Zay Flowers, and that's it. Like, so teams are going to load the box because it's like, unless it's Zay Flowers, like, I don't think nobody's going to double team DeAndre Hopkins at this stage in his career. Nobody cares about Rashad Bateman, to Jared's point. Like, I'm singling him up. Like, he's not a threat. So unless it's Zay Flowers, I'm not worried about it.
If you're Chris Shula, you're saying, all right, Cooper Rush, if I'm going to lose, it's going to be because you throw for 1 billion yards. I'm just going to let Derrick Henry run all over the yard.
Yeah, they going to have LeJontay Wester out there running all.
Oh, that's right.
They're going to have him running all the Zay Flowers plays.
Oh, here, you know what? Since we're talking about the Rams, I'm going to say this. I'll bookmark it here because I said it before the season. I wrote it before the season, and I'll say it now. Chris Shula, next Miami Dolphins head coach.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Granddad was obviously in charge there for a long time. I think it'd be good.
It's kind of like Jerry Jones jumping to hire the first Schottenheimer he could hire.
Right.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, so that's my pick for the next guy in Miami. That's another thing, Sonny. Like, there's 2 games on the schedule. Like when Lamar and everybody are back, Dolphins, Jets, they're winning those games.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I'm not gonna be
lose
here
the game,
pounding
yeah,
my
over,
chest that they were gonna win every single game, right?
I
Like
don't know. You
that's-
guys have a spotty history with the Dolphins, don't you?
Yeah,
Like,
it's
sometimes you guys
it all
lose.
depends. It's been
them.
hit or miss.
No Lamar, I'm not giving them the Dolphins immediately. Like, it's gonna be a toss-up.
Dolphins aren't until October 30th. Lamar will be there.
Okay, if Lamar's there and he don't got food poisoning that week, they got a shot. Right?
Keep him away from all the
game-
seafood places just to be completely safe.
Yeah, he ain't
game
doing that.
is-
You just gotta hope he don't get the bad seafood that week. He gonna be in Florida. He gonna eat that shit.
If he didn't have the immune system of a newborn elk, like, he would be perfectly, like, there would be so many things that could have been avoided with him over the past few years.
Oh yes,
I
in
wonder, like,
Miami.
if he just gets diarrhea during the playoffs. Like, is that what happens?
Perhaps.
Okay, so the fan vote, by the way, it's expected 90-10.
Oh wow.
90-10.
Damn,
that
that's the
checks out.
most lopsided vote I've ever seen.
I agree. Okay, so we have some super chats.
Chiefs in Week 16 last year. Like,
That's nasty. I feel the fear. Anyway, the 188 says Browns are getting sent home with that L. Oh, the 188
so.
says Steelers.
I'm not gonna lie. If the Browns win this week, it's gonna be the funniest loss in Steelers history.
No, I can think of at least 5 off the top of my head that are.
Oh, the props that
funnier.
Quincy's gonna bring is gonna be hilarious.
Oh no, I'm saying like this will not maybe in history, but like it will be one of the more funny losses because like this team being the team that beats Pittsburgh and breaks the streak. Dylan Gabriel killing the whole Mike Tomlin against rookie quarterbacks thing.
Well, not only that, Steelers coming from a bye, you guys coming from London.
Yeah, everybody wants to fire the coach. Like, oh yeah, that will be the bad vibe reminder for Jared, where he's like, oh shit, yeah, this is gonna go bad.
Boldigar says, "Here you go, Sonny. Sorry, brother, but I'm to football. Bengals
City
being
ball.
14.5-point dogs, while we were only 7.5 points. It's crazy. We should switch. I agree. Switch. I mean, seriously, the Rams are about to no Vaseline.
Jesus.
They're gonna fleece Johnson.
All right, the imagery.
Oh, my God.
Woo. Well, I
Is this the same
appreciate
guy from
that.
last week, the guy that was talking about the wheelchair. that him?
Maybe, I can't remember who that was. Okay, then the 188 says if the Browns really had the best defense in the world, then leave all the excuses and go Tomlin. Your way to a defensive win.
I don't get why Steelers fans are being
like
petty
that.
about this because if the Browns don't have the best defense in the world, it's not you. Like, it's definitely not you. Nobody's
Can
like,
you put that one back on screen? Sorry, my
Yes.
dog barked. I want to see what.
This one.
Browns really have the best defense in the world, and leave all the excuses and go Tomlin. Yeah, that's not really how that works, but that's Dylan Gabriel on the other side. I just don't know if that's going to work. It will be a low-scoring game. Like, it's not going to be pretty. I fully expect the Browns. I talked about it already. I believe in Steelers, but they're going to, it'll be Denzel against DK. They'll probably shade over the top on DK and say, hey, Scotty Miller, beat us. And we're like, fuck. I don't think Scotty Miller's going to be the one to, get a 90-yard touchdown or whatever. So it'll be low scoring. The Browns defense is very good. Steelers defense has been playing well over the last couple games, but we'll talk about that in a minute.
If the Browns, Anthony Latham, shout out to you, man. If the Browns win this week, the Ravens just gotta sweep the Steelers. Look, a Browns fan with faith in us. Appreciate
When's the
that.
last time the Ravens swept the Steelers?
I don't
Maybe I'll have to
know.
look. It's been a very long time.
Maybe.
I'll
Boldigar here says, yes, Ace, that was me. I'm a Ravens fan, but man, I don't believe in hard
our booty.
Hard booty.
sack the terrorists and none of
Thank you
those
for the big big super chat.
Yes,
Beauregard.
I really
Or
appreciate
no.
Okay, let's transition to this other game here. We have the Bengals, Packers. Also, Packers coming out of a bye week. Flacco throwing there in the fire. Is Brownie back up? Did they let him to be the backup?
Yeah,
Right.
Brown is the backup. Yeah.
I saw the comments that Chase did,
Imagine being that fucking guy this week.
but not only that, Chase said, "I appreciate
The organization.
the organization for trying." Right.
Mhm.
Which tells you everything you
Seeing the
needed to
press
know what
conferences
he
with
thinks
Browning, seeing the press conferences with Browning too. By the way, he just seems like a silver spoon sob. Like I've been very outspoken how much I like don't enjoy Jake Browning. All of the things he said this week, and was like, quit your bitching. You could have kept the job if you didn't play like a 12-pack of ass. Like, just accept what it is, dude. Like he's over there like, yeah, well, I'm gonna stay prepared and everything. I thought it would fuck off. Like if you didn't throw 3 picks a game, you'd still have the job, but you did it. So yeah, he's coming off very just like spoiled, entitled.
What you got to do for the Bengals to be so desperate to be like, we'll do anything for?
Yeah, if you make the Bengals aggressive, dude, you are horrible.
And for Flacco.
Like, they were like, hey, this guy that Cleveland just benched for Dylan Gabriel, we need that.
Take him.
Yeah.
Over. We take a 40-year-old Joe Flacco over here.
We need that. He knows the playbook. He could. I feel like the sense of urgency was just because that was the guy they felt like could learn the playbook and play right away.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not even like his like level of play. It's just that they can plug him in sooner than most guys that they could have got.
He old. He know it.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, and the other options they kind of talked through them. I'm kind of with them with going with Flacco because they were talking about Sam Howell. They were talking,
That could have been fun. Sam Howell can chuck it.
Drew Lock. Yeah,
Drew Lock he'll chuck it.
40-year-old Flacco.
Where's Heineke?
I don't know.
Yeah.
At the 7-Eleven
having
getting
a
a case of Zyn.
Josh Johnson not being signed this week by the Bengals is just proof that his run is actually over.
By the way,
he's in the Commanders.
Oh, is he on the team?
Yeah.
No shot.
By the way, if I'm looking at this correctly, the last time that the Ravens swept the Steelers was 2015.
Okay.
So there you go.
Wasn't that the year?
Guaranteeing the Commanders. Yeah.
Wait, weren't y'all ass that year?
They went to the playoffs that year.
No, they got Ronnie Stanley in like the 2016 draft, though, right? He was a top 10 pick.
Maybe.
Was that the Ryan Mallett
Oh,
year?
no, yeah. I'm sorry. Yes, we did sweep you. We won 5 games. 2 was against the Steelers. Yes.
That's horrible. Was that the Ryan Mallett year?
Yes, Ryan Mallett.
God almighty, that game.
And the kid that played also for Notre Dame.
Jimmy Clausen, Jesus.
Yeah, that guy played for us.
Jimmy Clausen in 2015.
See, Q, when you say the funniest loss in history, Ryan Mallett / Jimmy Clausen comes
That
to
was
mind.
our team, yeah.
I forgot
Because we
about
had Matt Schaub, but Matt Schaub also, I think. got
Oh
hurt.
my God.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
y'all had a crazy factory of just mid-2000 quarterbacks.
Yeah,
in-
because Flacco got hurt like week 5, I think it was.
yeah, so let me
And then we brought the whole thing. By the way, Josh Johnson is in the Commanders. Go ahead.
any
Josh
Steelers
Johnson
fans
ever like actually played for an extended period of time?
played
like,
for
what-
Washington a few years ago.
We can
Okay.
find this out. I'm on his Wikipedia right now.
I am too.
Go to his PFR page. That'll tell you like his actual like stats.
Okay,
How
he-
this man has managed to
his
not
career.
be on the Steelers is surprising. to
He
me.
started 9 games. The longest stretch in his career was 4 his rookie year in Tampa Bay. He was 0-4.
Has he ever won a game?
I feel like I remember that.
He
Yes.
won 1 game in Washington.
In
1-8
Yeah.
throughout his career.
By the way, he had 2 years that he didn't play. 2019, he
Bro,
played
he's
with the
had
San Diego
so many
Fleet,
second and third
2020,
stints with people.
Los
with
Angeles
multiple
Wildcat.
teams.
Yeah, he's had
He's had 4 stints with the 49ers, dog.
He's had stints in the AAF, the XFL, all of the spring leagues. He's
Hey,
popped
shout out
up
to
in.
him. He's still
I'm
out there.
surprised you guys didn't sign him, Sonny. You've had him on your team 3
We
times.
did. He went with Washington this year. Anyway, Ace, go
Oh,
ahead.
by the way, I was wrong. Somebody in the chat said that they swept them in 2019. I did forget about that because that was the year
How
that they
did he
beat.
avoided Canada this entire career.
I don't know.
Hey, bro, if you're able to make money without having to go to Canada and like stay local, well, do it.
Taxes are hard over there.
Yeah. So
Okay, so Ace, what are your expectations of this game?
Yeah, man, I don't have many expectations for this game because you got Joe Flacco coming in on a short week. So, I mean, that's a tall task in itself.
Mm-hmm.
However, I do think that there's a little bit of an element of surprise, right? Because Green Bay was on a bye. They were probably, I don't think you need to prepare for Jake Browning, but they kind of were. Now you get kind of this Joe Flacco thing. But this is coming off of the heels of them giving up 40 points. So the defense is likely going to be locked in for this one. But I don't think that they're going to be able to know exactly what Cincinnati's offense is going to be in this game. You know that we're going to throw the ball a lot, but you don't know, what Flacco's plan is in this game. So I think that bodes well for the Bengals. The Bengals defense is going to have to step it up and have a good game, try to force some turnovers, I think, if they can. But I just think that this is going to be a tough game. I think Jamar Chase is questionable with I think he's sick or something like that. So he's likely going to have to play this game sick. But the one thing that I think that Joe Flacco can come in and do is get the ball to Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. I think that he's also going to check down a lot to Chase Brown, which they're going to need that. How much this changes the offense, what Zach Taylor's play calling, how that's going to affect it, I have no idea. Flacco is a smart vet, but this is still Zach Taylor calling the plays. So I'm really interested to see how that dynamic kind of works itself out. Obviously, Flacco can actually read defenses where Jake Browning couldn't. So what those reads will do, we'll have to see. Is Flacco going to continue to turn the ball over? They kind of talked to him about that today. He's kind of anxious to try to prove that, those were some struggles that he had. He seems to feel like this is an offense similar to Cleveland and the Jets that he played in with Matt LaFleur. So we'll see where that goes. But, this is in Lambeau. This is there. Fuck it. I'm taking the Bengals. I'm still going to take the Bengals. I think the Bengals pull a random upset here. But I really think, honestly, they'll probably lose the game.
Green Bay going to let them get random by Joe Flacco twice?
I think it's historic. I think it's history. I think they've been making jokes this whole week like, oh, we're about to lose to Flacco twice. I don't think that they should be doing that. But I mean, I think the Bengals could surprise them, but the likely outcome is that the Packers are going to win this.
Ace, what worries me with the Flacco whole thing with Flacco is best, and Q, you might be able to attest to this, when he has a consistent running game that he can offload some of that pressure. Without the Bengals having a consistent running game, that's what worries me about Flacco. Look, I always prefer Flacco. Not that I want the Bengals here to be killing him, but obviously you have a hot or soft spot for Flacco. But the running game, you guys not being able to run consistently. Yeah. If you guys had a decent running game, I'll be like, you know what, Flacco can definitely.
Isn't this the best receiver core Flacco has ever had?
Yeah. So
this may be crazily the best weapons that he's ever had.
By far, probably, right? So we'll see.
We just saw what Jake Browning was doing with them weapons, man. Like, I don't know.
That's Jake Browning, though. That's not Joe Flacco.
We didn't think Jake Browning was worse than Joe Flacco a month ago.
Speak for yourself.
2 weeks ago, we should bet you for Shador. And Shador is was on the practice squad almost. And
I still think y'all should play Shador. I'm not gonna lie. I still think y'all should play him.
Man, we'll see. He's the backup this week, but yeah, it's like, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like they should have traded for Josh Dobbs for this assignment. Like,
that's not a horrible idea. If the Patriots still had Joe Milton, then maybe a Josh Dobbs trade would have made sense.
A part of this also was, which Q, you can answer this better, but they still seem to think that Flacco has an arm because they kept talking about the arm strength, this and that. They were saying that was something because Jake Browning doesn't have an arm, so he can't throw it past.
The issue with Joe, my bench wasn't his arm. His arm, he can still throw it. It's just like he can't do the connection of like seeing it and then making a decision really fast right now for whatever reason. Like, and look, he was fine in camp, so maybe it just needs a reset. Like, I wouldn't take that out the realm of possibility. Hell, I would prefer if the Bengals got it together. They kept Zach Taylor there. They don't get a top 5 pick. Like, that's better for me in the long run. I'm just like, man, it was like, I feel like because it's Cleveland that you're trading him from, I feel like the math that the Bengals are doing is Cleveland messed him up. And I don't know.
No, I don't think it's that. I think it's because you already know the history with our owner with you. I think they're so desperate with how bad Browning was. They feel like Flacco is at least a guy that can make reads. He still has some strength there. I don't think that they felt like – I think that they actually felt like he had a lot of characteristics and instincts and a fit with the offense that they feel like they could use. And like you guys said, he's the only person that could do it on this short turnaround. I don't think it's necessarily that we think that you guys ruined them, because I think from the outside looking in, we already knew Joe Flacco wasn't your guy. You're looking for the quarterback of the future. So I don't think we looked at it like Cleveland messed this guy up or anything like that.
Yeah, I would say though the Browns really did not want to play Dylan Gabriel as early as they did and when they did, and the fact that they switched to him, it says a lot about where Joe Flacco is. And I know that they're saying like, well, he can make reads and he can still throw the ball, but it's like he wasn't making reads the last time we saw him, right? Like there was a lot of open guys on the field. He wasn't picking the right side on defensive coverages. He wasn't making veteran like decisions that you would expect him to make. We'll see if that changes. It's possible that the new, fresh air and then having somebody he could just lock onto and Jamar Chase be something. But also that was also an issue in Cleveland, was like, hey, he was just locking on the guys, right? Like he was just kind of locking on to Jerry Jeudy or David Njoku, and defenses caught up to that. So yeah, we'll see what it looks like with him. I'm very skeptical that he's like the Packers with their second chance to go up against him are going to blow it. Like, I think that they'll be fine in this one. And I think really the secret to why the Browns were able to upset them had nothing to do with Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco happened to be there. It was more about what the defense was able to do in the last few minutes in Quinshon Judkins. So honestly, the offense was a goddamn disaster in that game for like 3.5 quarters. So, we'll see, but man, what I've seen from Joe Flacco, it doesn't leave me encouraged at all, because even I didn't want to play Dylan this early, but I got to the point where I'm like, yeah, I don't know if you can keep playing him and expect him to get better. Maybe the week off did him miracles, but other than that, I can't go with anybody but Green Bay. I think Cincy's defense will try to keep this one close. The question is like, will you get turnovers from Joe Flacco at some point in this game? Probably, right? Like the history tells you probably. And I don't know if the Bengals can survive turning the ball over multiple times, even if it's not as egregious as what Browning was doing. I still think you're going to turn the ball over a few times. Even if you run the ball, like you guys don't run the ball so often that I feel like if you ran the ball like 20 times this week with one guy, he's going to fucking fumble or something like that, right? Like, because you guys just ain't built for that. So, yeah.
They're probably just average 2 yards per carry.
Which is annoying because like the Bengals, like statistically, like the Bengals can run block a little bit. They just can't pass block all that well.
No, I don't know. I know the stats may say the run blocking is atrocious with these guys. Like it's like you get to the line of scrimmage and it's a brick wall every time.
Yeah,
I'm gonna pick the Packers.
By the way, Chase Brown went in the second round of a lot of fantasy football leagues, and I would just like to point that out.
Yeah.
Not in mine,
They told me it was Joe Mixon's fault. That's what they told me. I told them our run game sucked. I told them our run game was just complete trash.
Couldn't be me. I got 44 Loco as one of my starting tailbacks, and I'm feeling really good.
44
pre-workout out there.
Yeah, I got the Tasmanian Devil of CTE as my RB2, and I'm feeling pretty good about it. So
I've never
all-star reincarnated.
I've never seen a running back with a more fitting last name than Scott.
Yeah, he plays like if Rex Burkhead got hit on the head and thought he was Derrick Henry.
That motherfucker run like Fred Flintstone too. Like you just hear the doo 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 when he run.
I'm gonna pick Green Bay. I think Cincinnati covers though. I think that
14.5 is crazy.
Pretty big. 3 straight blowouts. Like eventually that's got to come to an end, man. So I'm gonna take Green Bay to win since he covers. The Packers were my preseason Super Bowl pick. I'm still going to ride with that. That's in terms of what their offense can do. Well, we saw Cincinnati's defense in the first half, even like the first like 2.5 quarters, like they did all that they could to keep like the dam from overflowing with the Lions. And then eventually like it was just one too many bad Jake Browning throws to set up Detroit in good field position. And then the dam broke. But I think defensively they're able to do enough, but I'll say Green Bay wins. Let's go 28-16.
I don't know. I think that they have a chance, but it's a very low chance, and that is if Chase plays. Right, if Chase is not playing, then GG. I think that the hope is the Flacco. His read is like, okay, Chase gonna be a go route. This is where he's gonna end, and I'm just gonna pass it there. And if Shake doesn't grab it, it's fine. If Chase is there, there will be a touchdown. If Chase is not there, then GG. Right, I think that is gonna be the Bengals offense. Go ahead, Q.
Yeah, so maybe that was the problem for Flacco. Maybe he needs to simplify it, right? Like maybe the
Yeah.
simplified approach this week would help him. I don't know, man. It just I feel like I can't come up with a legitimate football reason for why I think the Bengals will win this game. But
It's hard. It's hard. Green Bay is in Green Bay.
I'll leave like 5% in for Joe Flacco bullshit because I have before, right? Like Joe just gets in there, start throwing bullshit, it works out. But yeah, I would have to take Green Bay in this one. I don't know if they cover, but I would leave room for like, it's a close game and then like Joe Flacco goes all out in the fourth quarter to try to get something going.
There's maybe a backdoor cover if it had worst case scenario.
So for me,
it's the Browns a lot. So like,
in the grand scheme of things, for me,
that's what happened with him in Cleveland at the end of his run here.
For me, it's hard to see them pulling necessarily this game. Actually, I have them for my pick'em. I think there's like 8 of us still alive in pick'em. But it's the following week. What you want if you're a Bengals fan, if you're not going to win, is project. You want to see progression. Because the following week, you have the Steelers Thursday night at home. Then you get a mini bye, Jets at home.
That's their Joe Flacco bullshit game. The Thursday night game at home.
I'm telling you guys, they are going to win that game.
But not only that, Q, then they have Jets at home after the Thursday night, right?
No bigger recipe for bullshit than Thursday night at home, man. We just watched it, right? Yeah.
It's going to happen.
Yeah, the believe nothing you ever see on a fucking Thursday night at home.
Thursday night games are like glorified preseason games at this point. Where it's just like, all right, this usually doesn't happen. Like, what's going on here? And then the bad team usually gets things right.
To Ace point, if the Bengals do pull this game, I think they have 3 winnable games after that with Flacco. The Steelers game because of the Thursday night at home, the Jets game at home, and then the Bears at home. So you get 3 games in a row at home for the Bengals. So it's gonna be interesting. I think it's too much. Green Bay coming from a bye week, a little bit more rested. They the last game was against the Cowboys, right? That tie, wasn't that the last game?
Yeah.
So they feel they lose to the Browns, they tie to the Cowboys. They're flailing a little bit. They're probably coming with a purpose to show up. I think they're a little fraudulent, but anyway. They're probably here trying to show up. I think it's a bad spot for Flacco and company. I'm not saying it's impossible. I just think it's a bad spot for Flacco. I think the following 3 weeks, I actually think they're all 3 winnable games, right? Which that will if they lose this one, they're 2-3, correct, Ace?
Yeah,
if they lose this one,
but if now they're beating
they're 2-4. But if they win the following 3, then that's 5-4. You're right at there, right? And the 3 are at home. But anyway. I think it's gonna be an interesting game. It's definitely an interesting game for them. Okay, let me see their fan vote. What do you think their fan vote is?
70-30.
Probably hate Flacco. They probably hate the Bengals. So yeah,
80.
70-30.
80-20, 70-30 Packers.
Right.
Yeah.
In the spot, in the dot. Okay, we have an AFC North matchup of the week. Steelers Brownies. This is actually a game that I'm very interesting. I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts later, but I'm gonna start with you, Q, because people are not picking the Browns at all to win this game.
Well, we haven't won it in over 2 decades in the regular season.
The fact that people keep talking about it is starting to make me scared.
What do you think? What do you think is gonna happen, Q?
Look, I've lived through these my entire life, and I've won one of them.
But you guys beat them in the playoff game.
Yeah. There was no fans there, but they beat Big Ben in the playoffs. They made him cry. I've had my fun with that one. But the regular season is a different beast, dude. Even when the Browns are good, that game's always fucking strange. And we're already setting the tone this week, right? 2 trades, 1 week, one with the division rival.
Oh, that's right. I forgot to add that.
The other one to swap out a corner with Jacksonville. look, I never come into this week confident. Do I hope that they are able to break the curse and win this game? You know, I thought that last year they might have a shot because they changed it from Heinz Field to Acrisure. You know,
The Ketchup Stadium.
Yeah, because it was Heinz Field my entire life. We were losing that game. Three Rivers, we actually won when it was Three Rivers. I think that was 2004, the last time we won, right?
2003. They moved into Heinz in 01.
01, but
03 was the last time they had a losing record, and they beat them that year with Tim.
Was it Heinz since the beginning? I thought it got called Heinz like after it. They were calling it like Three Rivers for a while.
No, like Three Rivers was the old stadium before they moved into Heinz.
Yeah, right. I didn't know if the naming rights had transferred over.
No,
but yeah, it's just such a weird game for a number of reasons. Like if I look at this logically, I think there is a path for the Browns to win it, right? The Browns defensive line can certainly get to the Steelers. I think Aaron Rodgers has taken like top 5 amount of sacks in the NFL so far. Mike Tomlin's game plans with trying to avoid Miles really only get as complex as I'm going to jet the pocket right every once in a while, right? And he's probably not going to do that with Aaron Rodgers. So I don't imagine they're going to kill us with creativity here. DK, I wonder how the Browns are going to match up with that, because you would think it would be Denzel Ward, but DK is really big and Denzel Ward is not, and he's not been very physical. I wouldn't be shocked if they leave that assignment up to a safety and Tyson Campbell, who can tackle a little bit better, but that would be pretty ballsy given that the man just joined the team and passed his physical 2 days ago. So I don't feel confident about this one. Like, the Steelers can't run defend. The Browns can run the ball. That's the one thing they can do, right? Like, there's reason to think there will be success. But then I think about where our offensive tackles struggle and where the Steelers' deep edges thrive, and that's not a good matchup for us at all. Dylan Gabriel going up against a Mike Tomlin-led defense and all the tricks they're going to have for a guy his height, right? You know, are they going to hide well, it's not Minka anymore. They're going to hide Jalen Ramsey in the middle of the field and try to get one over the middle here, you know. I don't know. I can't pick this team to win in Pittsburgh unless they are playing really, really good football. The Browns have been playing, I don't think it's been as bad as everybody's been making it out to be, but they haven't been playing great football. So I'm going to go with Pittsburgh here. I would love to be wrong. I would love to show up on this show and just laugh at the Steelers for like 45 minutes straight for losing, and then blame Filipponi for this, who is guaranteeing victory, by the way. I would love to have that level of confidence here, but I don't know. I ain't got it. I don't feel it in my spirit this week, you know. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully Miles goes off. This defense does need to prove itself after letting Carson Wentz do what he did to him. So maybe you get some kind of amazing defensive performance. Maybe Aaron Rodgers shits the bed this week. I don't know, but nothing about this game makes me feel like, oh, this is a Steelers team that's especially vulnerable to dropping a rivalry game like this. I imagine they're telling Aaron Rodgers, how do I prepare for this rivalry? Remember how you did against the Bears? Do that, right? Like, it's basically been the same thing. So I don't know. I got to go with Pittsburgh here. I hope I'm wrong. And if I am wrong, I'm going to be on here celebrating like I never acted like I thought Pittsburgh would win this game. Just be prepared for that.
Ramsey's out?
Ramsey's questionable, but I would assume he's out. They're always cautious with this type of stuff. I would assume Ramsey's not playing.
He got a full practice in though today.
He did get a full practice in. So that, like, full practice, okay. Questionable status. I'm still going to lean that he's not going to play because, like I said, the Steelers always tend to be like too conservative when it comes to stuff like this. If they want him to be ready for Thursday, then he might not play, if I had to guess. So we'll see. In terms of you brought up Aaron sacks. He's been sacked 9 times so far this year, which ranks, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's labeled 12, but there's like a bunch of guys with like the same number of sacks. So less than I thought.
He had his bye too.
Yeah, and I think 4 of those came in week 1 against the Jets. So, like, over the past few weeks, they've done a little bit better of game planning around that, getting the ball out quick. They did a really good job of it against Minnesota. Jalen Redmond still got to him a couple times, but for the most part, the quick game's been working pretty well for Pittsburgh. In terms of just offensive efficiency numbers for both sides, the Browns are 30th in EPA per play and 31st in EPA per pass. The Steelers are 18th in EPA per play. And right now, they have the fastest time to throw in the NFL. So they're really looking to get the ball out quick. I would assume they're going to keep doing that to try to minimize Miles as much as possible. Running away from Miles, we'll see what they do in terms of like how big of a Jalen Warren game this is going to be. In terms of Pittsburgh needing to win, like what they need to do to win, defensively, they're going to do what they always do, which is a lot of like soft cover one, which is man-to-man, one safety over the top. They play a lot of like soft stuff where it's like, all right, if they catch it underneath, just sprint to the tackle, don't get beat over the top. But even so, like we saw Hunter Henry had a big game against Pittsburgh with New England. The Browns have 2 capable tight ends that are able to take over games, and David Njoku and Harold Fannin, who had a touchdown against Minnesota. So that's one of the things I'm worried about is the tight end play in the game. If Fannin and or Njoku have a big day, I assume they're going to have Joey Porter Jr. Follow Jerry Jeudy and, say, all right, one of these, similar to what the Browns are going to do with the Steelers offense. It's like, all right, yeah, we're going to take away the one receiver who can kill us. Somebody else beat us. In terms of the Steelers defense, they're 19th in defensive efficiency right now, 19th in EPA per play, 28th in yards per game. So I know those first couple games are doing a lot of that heavy lifting. If they win the turnover battle, they've got 10 takeaways so far this year, which is pretty good. If they can force Gabriel to make an errant throw and, play a smart game offensively where they don't turn the ball over, they should win. Don't get beat over the top. Don't let a rookie quarterback go out and, beat you at home in his second start. There's a lot of things that Cleveland would have to really do excellent to beat Pittsburgh. And for the Steelers, I know a lot of people are confident in this just because of the history, but like the Steelers aren't in a position to take anybody lightly right now. Like they're not a great team where they can go out and play a piss poor game and still find a way to win. If they play poorly, they'll lose. So I'm going to pick Pittsburgh to win, but is there a world where the Browns win? Yeah, of course. The Steelers aren't a bad team by any means, but they're also not, a Detroit, a Buffalo, whatever team a Tampa Bay right now. Like they're not of that caliber where they can just go out and if they stumble over their feet a couple times, everything's fine. If they mess up, if they turn the ball over and give the Browns extra possessions in good field position, that could cost them the game. So I'm going to pick Pittsburgh. I'm going to go with the under 38.5. I think it'll be some whack ass score like 18-12 or 19-15, something like that. But I will take the Steelers to win. I think it'll be a Jalen Warren game where they try to get him the ball as much as possible as a receiver and do it away from Miles. So, if Miles is lined up on the left, okay, send Jalen, on a little Texas route to the right. Just send him to the flat, do a little design screen with them. Anything to get the ball in his hands because he has had, some really nice games against Cleveland. And another thing that I want to see the Steelers do is if you look at their numbers on first down, I wrote about it the other day. On first down, the Steelers have been really good. They're 4th in the NFL in EPA when they throw on first down. They have one of the best EPAs in the NFL, one of the best yards per attempt in the NFL when they throw on first down. It's 8.4 yards per attempt on first down throws. A lot of their most explosive plays this season have come on first down. Like I want to see them get a little bit more aggressive at the start of drives on first down, just to kind of set the tone, especially early on. Like if the Browns are going to load the box and say, hey, yeah, like you see that coverage on DK right now, you're going to have somebody else beat us. I like to see them dial up a shot like right away and say, yeah, back the hell up. You're not going to be able to just stack the box all day. So there's a lot of things that I want. Hopefully that they come true. Hopefully the Steelers play a clean game. Defensively, they've been getting a lot better over the past few games. Hopefully we see that continue from a Steelers perspective. I think it'll be a close game. I think the spread right now on FanDuel is 5.5. I wouldn't be surprised if Cleveland covered that. Like I said, I think the Steelers will win, but it won't be any sort of blowout or anything like that, or to be a low-scoring rock fight.
Look, I think it's gonna be a good game. I am wanting to pick the Browns, but I had picked them back-to-back weeks and they had lost. I actually want them to win, so I'm not gonna pick them just to get a reverse psychology type of thing here. This is the thing. I think Miles Garrett's gonna be a problem for your boy, the left tackle Broderick Jones. And how the Steelers are gonna deal with it, and I don't know. If the Steelers basically have won the past couple of games by producing turnovers, right? The defense has been streaky and getting all the turnovers, all those bounces. I feel like they have a ridiculous amount of interceptions in the past couple of weeks.
I think they had 2 against Carson.
And like 2 more?
I honestly forget who they played in week 3. They played New England in week 3. They had the one in the red zone against Drake May.
And they have fumbles galore.
And they had a ton of fumbles, yeah.
And that's how they're winning. They're winning because the turnover margin is not by a little, but heavily skewing on the Steelers' side, and they're edging these teams. So the question for me is, can the Browns play turnover-free ball? I think Stefanski goes conservative. I think Stefanski can keep it simple and clean for Gabriel. The O-line is critical, right? But if you get rid of the ball quick, if you can run the ball and not produce turnovers, I'm not saying the Steelers can't. I haven't seen the Steelers win without a turnover. Even the Jets game, they were losing that game until that guy fumbled the kickoff return, right?
They do rely too much on splash plays defensively, and it is very, very annoying.
So basically that's I don't want to oversimplify it, but it almost feels like if the Browns can keep a game clean, I haven't seen this. I'm not saying the Steelers cannot, but I haven't seen the Steelers do it yet. Because all these games have been edged by heavily skewing the turnover margin on the Steelers side, which is good for the Steelers defense, right? They're producing the turnovers. I'm not saying it's complete luck. Can Stefanski try to keep the game simple and clean for Dylan Gabriel? And if it does, and the Browns defense plays like the Browns defense used to play, and also the Steelers offense has not been a juggernaut on offense, I think the Browns can win this game. On the other hand, if the Steelers can get the streaky play here, intercept or a fumble, then that's going to be it. I don't think Dylan Gabriel can recover for if there's a turnover, either pick six, fumble, recover for touchdown, or whatever the play is. So it's crazy, but I think the turnover margin, if the Browns control the turnover margin, meaning no turnover, I'm not even saying they win the turnover margin. I said no turnover. I think the Browns win. If it skews to Steelers like they have been against the previous weeks, the Steelers have, I think the Steelers win. Ace.
Yeah, I think this one comes down to who wins the turnover battle. I think this game is going to be very close. I think it could be a toss-up. The reason why I feel that way is I'm not so sure I'm completely sold on the Steelers offense. Like they've been inconsistent at sometimes. They've had games where they've scored 30. They've had games where they score 17. I think we obviously know that this Browns defense is good. When it comes to a yards perspective, second in yards per game, fifth in passing yards, first in rushing. The only thing that concerns me is the points per game. I thought that they would be a lot better in that department. But I think in this game, I don't think that the Steelers are going to score that many points. So it's really going to come down to the turnover battle. Will Dylan Gabriel turn the ball over? Well, the thing about Dylan Gabriel is he's supposed to be a guy that's supposed to run the Stefanski offense the way it's supposed to be. That was Stefanski's handpicked guy. He's supposed to kind of be a more conservative type of guy when it comes to that. I also wonder if the Steelers can stop the run game. Look, man, I think this one, I think that they split in this regular season, and I'm going to take the Browns in this one. I think that they have a realistic shot in this game just because of their defense. I think their defense against that Steelers offense, and I'm not so sure that I trust the Steelers defense as much as I do the Browns defense in this one. So I want to see what this game comes down to. I think it's going to be a slugfest. I think it's going to be a close game within a field goal. But I think somehow that the Browns are going to get this one. I think they're going to split throughout this regular season. So I got the Steelers taking the next one, and I'm going to take the Browns here on this one.
Yeah, the way that I expect them to try to counteract Miles in this is they're going to play a lot of jumbo, which means they're going to put Darnell Washington next to Broderick a lot. They'll go a lot of 12.
Muth? They're going to bring Muth?
Muth isn't going to block. That's why he's not on the field anymore, because he can't. I think that they'll go a lot of 12, a lot of 13. So we'll see how much that helps. But I think that the game plan is going to be Aaron, get the ball out of your hands quick. A lot of underneath stuff to DK for Yak. A lot of stuff to, Jonnu for Yak. Some stuff we'll see. Like Scotty Miller's probably going to be the guy. Like for some reason, Roman Wilson still has a roster spot. Just a complete waste of a pick. They clearly have zero faith in him. So just trade his ass at this point.
Senior Bowl All-Star.
Yeah. That's done zero. Precisely zero. They clearly have absolutely no faith in this guy. Now,
no, he's a prime example of like one-on-one routes in the Senior Bowl.
You can't go off one-on-one routes in the Senior Bowl, but like it's crazy, crazy. Like Jerry Rice's kid, I remember everybody like put out the tape. Rice. Yeah, he ran like a 9-second one-on-one route and finally got open. Everybody's like, "Oh, look at this!" This whip route. I was like, "Dude, he ran it at the speed of a cement truck. Like, obviously, after a while, he's gonna get open." So I think that now I hope I'm wrong. I hope that they play Roman a good bit and he, has a nice game, but I think the ship is slowly sailing on that. If the Steelers do lose this, hopefully it comes with the silver lining that they go out and get another effing receiver, whether that be Rashid Shaheed, whether it be Chris Olave, God willing, whether it be AJ Brown. That would be pretty cool. Go get somebody, because this receiving core is not good.
Do people really think that the Eagles are gonna trade AJ Brown? Is there like?
I don't think they're going
Brown
to
requesting out, or
I don't think that they're going to, but I think there's a greater than 0% chance that they do.
You have more.
I saw your tweet, but I saw other Bills fans, like notable Bills people over there, saying like AJ Brown. I'm like, is he actually available?
I don't think he's actually available. I think most of the people on Bills Twitter just want to see a receiver go there, which it will make sense for them to do that. But like what the Bills will actually do, they'll call a guy who played for the Bills like 9 years ago and bring him in. They'll call Sammy Watkins before they call the Eagles about AJ Brown, because that's how
What's John Brown doing? That's like,
hey, at least John Brown's fast and can take the top off a defense. Bills receivers are slow as hell.
That's what I'm saying. They gonna see what John Brown up to.
Yeah, they did have John Brown.
They did have John Brown. He was good for them. He was good. But no, the pipe dream for like me as a Steelers fan, I would love AJ Brown obviously to be a Steeler.
For sure.
But AJ Brown,
I just was wondering, because I know that he had the whole like we didn't have a meeting thing. I know he's been putting out cryptic stuff.
Here's the thing. I don't think that he would say no if they were like, hey, we're going to trade you. Like, I think he's over it. And I think he would like to go somewhere else. And a lot of people are going to say, oh, they're winning. They just want a Super Bowl. Why does he care? Yeah, they just want a Super Bowl. Like, legacies matter to these dudes.
Yeah.
And when you're a guy who's getting, I know he had a decent stat line against the Giants, but the play that Jalen threw, the interception, you look at the all-22. I mean, AJ Brown ran just a slot post. He's wide the hell open. Like, why are you not just ripping the seam there and getting it to him? So I think he wants to go somewhere where he'll get a lot of targets and still be, on a contending team, but contribute more to a contending team and have a quarterback that isn't playing so bad right now. So the connections are there, though. I mean, obviously played with Art when he was in Tennessee, played with DK at Ole Miss. So I'll allow myself to give like a 1% sliver of hope that it happens. Yeah,
damn,
why not?
They had DK and AJ Brown.
Yeah,
quarterback. Was
no, but the problem,
maybe.
DK was always hurt in college. Oh, I remember just scouting him, and I didn't want the Ravens to. I wanted them to get AJ. I did not want them
Cody
to get
Core.
DK.
We ended up with the Cody Core out of that one. It was like could have either got Cody Core. We ended up with
God's name is
that one. We picked that one.
What regional department of enterprise rent-a-car does he work at now?
DK. We decided on Cody Core. Bengals fans know about Cody Core.
I have no idea who that is. That does sound kind of like a wrestler.
2005, that only wrestled on Heat.
He's the best waiter at a Haas's somewhere right now in Central Ohio. That's
Cody
Core. What in God's name?
He played with him. He was at Ole Miss. He was at Ole Miss with DK and.
I don't think
we decided to pick that one. Yeah.
Oh, was it Chad Kelly who was the quarterback for Ole Miss at the time?
It might be Chad Kelly.
Maybe.
Yeah, Chad Kelly would make more sense because he's a little older.
He is a little bit older.
And if that would make sense of why they were never consistently.
Yeah, that would explain why they couldn't win anything because Chad Kelly was the quarterback.
Okay. All right. Now we figured the mystery out.
Yeah. Very good. So in to wrap up the Steelers Brown, I guess I'm going to pick them to win. I hope that I'm right. I could see a world where I'm wrong. But if they do lose this, then I'm horrified for Thursday night because I'm fully convinced they're losing on Thursday night.
So you're saying if they lose this game, the collapse might start early this year?
I don't think the collapse will start early, but like they'll have a couple games where they'll lose a couple. They have a tough stretch in the middle of the year. Usually the reason that they collapse is because they have a tough stretch at the end of the year. Last year, they played the Chiefs and the Eagles and the Ravens all back to back to back. They've got to play Green Bay, Indianapolis. Those are going to be two tough games against two like really good opponents. They got to play the Chargers in there as well. Like those aren't going to be easy games. But on the back end, they get Miami at home in week 15. It'll be a cold weather game. The Dolphins aren't going to win that game. And if they do, I might walk into the sea. So like the tougher part of their schedule is like in the middle where it's usually at the end. Oh, by the way, and not to ramble on, today is the 21st anniversary of Ben Roethlisberger's first game against the Browns in Pittsburgh. And it's the
He's
first
loving this.
It's the first game I ever.
Dog.
Yeah. Don't worry. It's the first game.
Fucking in division anniversaries. I'm good.
It's the first game I recall watching as a fan. I could probably tell you every play of that game if you wanted to. I'm not going to do that. We don't have the time for that. But Gus Johnson called the game. The game began with a Ricardo Coakley kickoff return to Cleveland's 41-yard line. Deuce Staley scored his one and only touchdown that year on a 25-yard touchdown run. Jerome Bettis,
coach now.
Yes, Jerome Bettis scored a touchdown that game. Ben had his first career rushing touchdown in that game, and he had a long touchdown pass to Plexico Burress. Now, a consolation prize here, Q. He did throw a pick six to Chris Crocker in this game.
What was the end score?
What was that?
What was the score of the game?
34-23 Pittsburgh. Butch Davis and Jeff Garcia, the head coach quarterback combination of that.
Oh, God, Jeff Garcia.
Good old Jeff Garcia.
Yeah,
By
there
the way,
you go.
Plexico Burress. I forgot that was the original. Ben's getting chased by a fat man. Oh,
yeah, but heave it to Plex. He did it twice in that game. One of them didn't go for a touchdown. The second one did. And yeah, dude, Plex ruled. I was very sad when he left in 05.
To the
You guys had me
D-man.
going down the Ole Miss rabbit hole. Remember Robert Kimdichie?
Oh yeah, Cardinals legend.
Yo, he was supposed to be the man.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be that guy.
Like he was one of the best defensive tackle prospects of all time.
Yeah.
He got drafted by who? Jacksonville?
That man was on the
Cardinals.
Edmonton Elks 2 years ago.
Second.
That man was on the Edmonton Elks.
Who was the
2 years
QB
ago.
for the A.K. Brown, DK Metcalf era? Was it Kelly?
I feel like it was Chad Kelly.
I don't know.
Oh,
I got my errors mixed up. I was thinking of the Treadwell era. Treadwell was like right
Treadwell. Yeah.
That's who Cody
Laquan
Ford played
Treadwell.
with.
Good lord.
No, like Ole Miss in
First
South
round pick,
Carolina-
Laquan Treadwell.
Ole Miss and South Carolina have the wildest run of mid SEC teams with like the craziest names on it that you've ever seen. You're like, oh, he went to South Carolina. Like,
You know who it was, bro? Matt Corral. Remember him?
No, there's no way it was Corral still.
Corral?
Because he got drafted in like 2022. There's no
No, it
way.
says-
AJ Brown's still on the team.
no, it says here that Jordan
Tayamu?
Tayamu. I think.
Tayamu,
Okay.
Washington, D.C.
In 2018. In
Hold on, Elijah Moore was there
2017,
too?
Shea
Elijah Moore was to Ole Miss,
Patterson.
yeah.
Yeah, see, he was on that
Shea
team.
Patterson? Oh my god.
2017. In 2017.
Isn't he still fucking in college?
I was gonna say he was in college forever because he went to Michigan after a while.
That was in 2017.
Yeah,
Lord.
CJ Beathard.
Good God. Because Shea Patterson was with the Michigan Panthers of the old UFL for a little bit.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's where I remember him from. He's the
Yeah.
speed quarterback that they got there.
Yeah.
Boy, Lane Kiffin cooks up some goofy ones, man.
For a while, wasn't Kiffin? I don't think he was a quarterback, but he had one of the John Franklin from Last Chance U was on FAU's team when
Florida
Kiffin was
A&M,
there.
right? Florida
Yeah.
Atlantic, not Florida A&M, Florida Atlantic FAU.
Yeah, my apologies. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, so those are the. I don't know none of these two guys. None.
Jordan Tayamu.
He's another UFL really good guy for St. Louis.
And
Well,
then,
no. He
who's
was,
she?
St. Louis.
Patterson.
And then he played for, look, this is how I know I watch too much spring football. St. Louis's first year.
Uh-huh.
Then he played for Tampa Bay where he split time with Luis Gonzalez. And then he went in the new XFL, UFL thing that they're doing, he's been on the DC Defenders.
That's right. Yeah.
He switched to the rival team because St. Louis and DC got.
How does that work, by the way? Do like the teams stay the same year after year, or do they just like redo a draft?
Yeah, for the most part, you could just see it's like everybody's in free agency, but you're like, if I want to stay on the team, you can stay on the team.
Interesting. All right.
Van Jefferson was in here too.
Van Jefferson.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
He went to Ole Miss.
He was in 2017 Ole Miss.
Van Jefferson was okay for like the first couple years of his career, won a Super Bowl with the Rams, and then has just become a guy.
No.
Ole Miss, you look at Ole Miss in like South Carolina's rosters over the year, and you're like, how the fuck were they terrible?
Yeah.
Look, you know who was there too in 2017? Dawson Knox.
Dawson. I didn't even know he went to Ole Miss, if I'm being perfectly honest.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, but they had Quinshawn, not in 2017, obviously, but they had Quinshawn and then like lost on Ohio State, right? Like they're such a weird university.
I think it's mostly because like dudes don't want to live in Mississippi.
Yeah,
This year they're supposed to be good, right?
I got a friend who he graduated from Ole Miss, and we were doing a show in the middle of Ohio. We were driving around the middle of Ohio, and he was just so happy. He was like, "Oh yeah, I'm out of Mississippi. I ain't gotta go back to Mississippi." We was driving around the middle of Ohio. He looked around. And it was like he got fucking scammed. He was like, "Ain't this a bitch? I'm in Mississippi."
Mississippi might be the worst state in our country. No offense if you're from Mississippi.
Nah,
I've never been to Mississippi.
because, like Mississippi has like the river, right? Like
Yeah.
but what does Arkansas have?
Oh, that's fair. Arkansas kind of sucks.
Yeah, Arkansas has nothing. They like at least Ole Miss is like fun. They got the
Maybe Nebraska.
No, Nebraska at least got Nebraska. Like at least they got
Vegas.
The
Oh, that's Nevada. Sorry.
yeah.
I never been to most of these
Yeah,
states.
Omaha, they got grass-fed beef. Like, what the fuck does Arkansas export to the union?
I don't know. Bobby Petrino cheating scandals.
Yeah, like what joy has Arkansas ever brought you?
How about the Dakotas? I feel like the Dakotas.
Walmart and the Clintons? It's with Arkansas.
Oh yeah, Bill Clinton did used to be the governor of Arkansas, didn't he?
Yeah,
The
and
Dakotas
Walmart.
feel like there's nothing there either. But I
You
got
got Mount Rushmore.
No,
one of
that's
them.
Dakota.
No, that's what I'm. Yeah, Sonny brought up the Dakotas.
Yeah, I said I don't know what's in there. It's
I don't remember
cold,
which-
probably.
I don't remember which Dakota. Well, Carson Wentz. He was
Dakota.
Minnesota. He came from Minnesota. He was a Minnesota kid.
Carson Wentz.
No,
I'm
Dakota
not
was
sure.
North Dakota.
Well, he went to college in North Dakota, but he lived in Minnesota as a kid.
Oh, he lived in Minnesota. All
Yeah.
that it's Minnesota, to be honest with
They,
you.
that's what they should just make it.
Everything up to Wyoming.
Big ass tail.
Yeah, just make a big ass state and just call it Minnesota at that point.
Yeah, just Minnesota
Yeah,
West.
because the Dakotas are big.
They
Yeah,
are big.
it's all but there's like 20,000 people that fucking live there. It's like,
North Dakota has Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
North Dakota has Rob Rushmore.
South Dakota has South Dakota State Jackrabbits. That's
At least like
that's about
Wyoming
it.
has like some beautiful views.
Yeah.
They got the mountains there in Dakotas. Like, what does Arkansas have? It's like Arkansas and Idaho.
Darren
Potatoes.
McFadden and Adrian Peterson went to Oklahoma. Fuck.
Arkansas, Idaho, and like fucking one of those tiny little states up north. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Rhode
like
Island.
Vermont.
New Hampshire. You know
It's
what I mean?
pretty up there at least. Like New England states are at least
At least
pretty.
Delaware's got the sea. Like, yeah. Like what?
Yeah.
Well, those are probably, I would say, all worse than Mississippi. Mississippi has the river.
I would live in a New England state. I mean, not that I plan on moving again anytime soon, but like I could live in like Maine.
No
You
sales
live in
tax in
Maine?
Delaware. In
This
Maine?
thing, though, like the weather sucks there too.
Yeah.
I'm a cold weather guy though.
Oh, you like cold weather?
Yeah.
I'm
I'll
not going
pass.
through cold weather to be in fucking Maine.
Yeah, I'm not a. I feel I'm just like a naturally warm person, so I just can't do hot. I just don't like
You
it.
would never guess that, given how you talk about the Steelers.
Oh yeah, no. Personality wise, I'm kind of a cranky prick, but like for the body temperature wise, it's a little bit too hot.
Okay. Well, we're gonna leave it there. We're gonna come back on Tuesday.
Let us know who
recapping
you
all
think
this
is the
game.
worst state in the continental
Yeah,
U.S.
Put it in the comments.
We can't throw Alaska in here, y'all. Like, come on.
Continental.
And if you're from Arkansas, let us know what we can find there.
We're
Yeah.
from Arkansas, you know what I
Give
mean?
us some good Arkansas landmarks.
They had that one episode of Snowfall. That's what. That's what.
Maybe they have like a Buc-ee's in the middle of Arkansas that we just don't know about.
They got Buc-ee's in Arkansas
Mm.
because it's too north. It's too north to do any of the good stuff. Like Mississippi got Buc-ee's.
Mississippi has Buc-ee's?
Yeah, it's like right there. Everything basically south of Atlanta got Buc-ee's.
Oh.
And like east of Texas.
Yeah.
Well, let us know what do you think is the worst state, and rep your state if you think the state we dissed it with no reason.
West Virginia.
I don't know, man. Like West Virginia, Pennsylvania, and Ohio are the same thing to me. Like they're all practically.
West Virginia has better views than like.
West Virginia is pretty in the fall. In the fall, especially.
Yeah, West Virginia has some nice views. Indiana. Oh yeah, I forgot.
Indiana's roads suck. I'll give them that. Yeah, Indiana does kind of suck. I like Indianapolis, but
Indiana is the state where you just count down how long it is until you're in fucking Illinois.
I drive to the combine every year, and driving through Indiana, like it is a bitch and a half.
Look, Jared, I'm never voluntarily going to Indiana for anything. My dad's been trying to get me to go to the Big Ten championship for like 10 years. I'm like, dude, I'm not going to fucking Indiana for fun. Like, it's never happening.
And then maybe this March when I'm back for the combine, I'll try to find where the Mark Sanchez thing took place. That'll be the new landmark that they have there.
Nothing fun happens in fucking Indiana.
Okay, and then let us know your score predictions in the comment section.
Only Caitlin Clark, bro. That's it.
You can watch her anywhere else, dog. I'm not about to go to Indiana to watch her. I'd rather go to fucking Iowa. Okay.
And you can watch them she plays the Dream, right?
Yeah, you dream. I'll go to anywhere else but fucking Indiana to go Chicago. See what I mean? Like,
I would cross 1,000 oceans for Caitlin Clark. I can't lie. So
yeah, I'm not going. I don't even know what airport they got in fucking Indiana. It ain't my problem. Okay,
Nah, you're not an Indianimal. Isn't that what they call them? Indianimal.
Oh my God.
I had
Take
to
it easy, guys.
experience Indiana through driving through it.